Hi, I'm Carrie Esposito. I'm very excited to read from my story, Once You Had So Much of Me. We, we ruined it with a kiss. If all things are possible, we made it impossible. Though for a while after, I wondered at different angles, different answers to your questions, intended or not, to confuse and manipulate me. If only, though to what end I was never sure, I could have broken through that, found a clean line to your shifting center. Instead, I answered them as they came at me, as if they were being asked out of concern, curiosity. Later, I crafted better answers, answers that would impress you with my invincibility. Sometimes, even now, an answer will float in front of me, and I'll grasp it in my palm and put it in my pocket, which will get emptied later. I don't need them anymore, haven't in a long time. I have a boyfriend now, a guy who likes concerts and sunsets and me, who wouldn't pull back from our one and only kiss and say, "So what? Are you going to want me to take you to museums now or something?" Before the kiss, it was like this. College freshman contemporary literature seminar, your full lips, glasses, brown eyes, knowing smile. Walking out of class, arguing about DeLillo, turning to coffee, turning to your dorm room, turning to a walk out on the bridge by the river. We would do this sort of thing for hours, but never anything more. Conversations about books meandered into ones about our love lives for the next 4 years, analyzing text messages, the faces our various partners made when they came. Even sometimes we'd end up sleeping in each other's beds, close but not touching, whispering until dawn and falling asleep with each other's voices in our ears. Sometimes we'd take a trip out under the moonlight to the beach in your beat up Volkswagen. If I needed to cry about some boy who'd broken my heart, even while we both knew the only boy who could really break my heart was you. You stayed in the city where we went to college, and I moved to Manhattan with friends, mostly because everyone in my life thought it would be better if I didn't live anywhere near you. They thought our friendship strange and unhealthy. They knew I loved you, or at least some imagined version of you, some you I wished you could be. In New York, there were bars and parties and dating apps and coworkers turned something else. So many faces and names and futures. You were my one constant. We sent each other pictures and memes and funny messages from any place where we happened to be, even on dates or lying in bed naked, the stuff of someone else's body drying on our skin. A year in, you visited one weekend. It was Halloween, and we dressed up as that couple from Blue Velvet. Everyone at the party in a loft in Williamsburg assumed we were together. The way we laughed, finished each other's drinks and sentences. But then, as the hours shifted past midnight, I lost track of you until you appeared, whispering in my ear, asking for a key because you were going home with little Bo Peep. Across the room, a blonde in a shimmering pink costume wiggled her fingers at me almost proudly. Delicate fingers, always your type, those guileless women who would never actually know you. As I slipped a key into your pocket, I whispered against your ear to have fun. After you left, I wondered if you were waiting for me to kiss your neck, give you permission to come home with me instead, though you must have known you already had it. 2 years in, you moved to Brooklyn for a job, or at least that's what you said. Suddenly, we were together 2, 3, 5 times a week. Movies on my couch, takeout, bars, the gym. You had so much of me that the only thing I held on to was that I wouldn't make the first move. Then one night, maybe because I'd been on a date that weekend with a man you called the prince for his classic good looks and polished mannerisms, or maybe because I was wearing a new clingy red dress, one I knew you'd like. You paid for my drinks at our favorite dive bar, decorated to look like someone's basement. You inched your bar stool closer, and I could hear the switch. You talking to me like you talk to the delicate women. I wanted to remind you that I was not them, but I had been waiting for so long. Below the beer, I smelled what was coming on your breath. It didn't happen in the bar. We went out into the pre-dawn rain. I danced in the downpour, feeling luscious and powerful, drenched and ready. You laughed and took my hand, pulling me under an awning, spinning me around so my back was against the building. An ambulance whirled by, the siren my heartbeat. The kiss tumbled and pulsed, lingered, and made even the raindrops against the pavement silent. You stumbled backwards, and that's when your questions started. The swell in my lips, the alcohol, the rain, all of it made me let you affirm your sense of yourself as wrong for me, as someone who had hurt me. As if to prove it, you said something mean, the way you did with every woman except me. I knew I could beg for your reassurance, mold myself into someone bleeding and in need until you took me home, made love to me before abandoning me and everything we had let pass between us. Or I could walk without looking back toward the gold shimmering wetly from a building in the distance until I was close enough to see it was just a reflection on the dark windows, which could only capture, not originate light. Thank you.